See, this is Sydney Taylor. And a lot of people are knowing and hearing about Sydney for the first time because she hit a game winning shot to help her Sky beat the Aces today. But I want to take all of us back because what most people do not know is a few months ago, Sydney was playing basketball in a small town in Poland. And I think her story is arguably one of the most incredible journeys and stories you probably would have heard, not just in the WNBA, in all of sports. Now, you're probably wondering why I'm giggling and smiling talking about this incredible story. It is kind of a full circle moment for me. I wrote this on my mirror about 2 to 3 weeks ago when the Sky were playing the Dallas Wings, and I said, S. Taylor, these are my two key lessons from her journey. I'm actually going to walk over this so I can read it. I took the picture so I don't miss it. And I said, number one, hard work pays off, as you guys can see. Number two, when your opportunity comes, don't look back. Maximize it to the best of your ability. That is how you get the last play called for you. Now, the reason why I said that is how you get the last play called for you is when I was watching this game, they actually lost to the Dallas Wings in that game. During one of the last plays for the Chicago Sky, the coach called the play for her. Here's a player that a few months ago, she was playing in Poland. She wasn't even on the Chicago Sky team. She signed a training camp contract, found her way on the bench, and eventually made her way into the starting lineup. And now she's one of the leaders, one of the elite scorers on the team that helped the team win today. Now, I'll tell you all in a minute how her career all started. But the reason why her story caught my eye a few weeks ago during this game is I overheard one of the announcers say, Sydney's footwork is one of the best in the league. And jokingly for me, for those of you that know me, I love all sports. Soccer is kind of what I played. It's the sports I grew up with. I was just joking with myself and I was like, I bet you money Sydney played soccer, just from the footwork comment. So I started looking it up, looking at different articles, and lo and behold, in one article I found, there was a tiny line that said, her mom would always say that Sydney played her best basketball during soccer season. Personally, as a soccer fan, it just made me laugh. I was like, no wonder her footwork is so elite. That is how I started learning about her career. And I was just amazed by this incredible journey that I hope. And first of all, I'm super excited. A lot of people are getting to know her story now. But I hope she reminds all of us the hard work truly does pay off. See, here's how her career started. She played at UMass. Played there for 4 years, had a great career. And after UMass, she went to Louisville. At Louisville, she wasn't getting a ton of playing time. And in my opinion, I think that may have been one of the best and most important times in her career to help her build grit, resilience, you name it. And after that, she went undrafted. She is a rookie. She is a rookie, but technically not your typical rookie, right? Because after she went undrafted, she went to Lithuania first to play over there. And then this past season was playing again in a small town in Poland. Kept playing with teammates that some, of course, couldn't speak the same language, had to learn to adapt and adjust. In the article I read, she talked about even some coaches didn't have the same language to communicate, but she still found a way, being so many miles away from family, learn how to grind, build resilience, won the MVP in that league. And when the Chicago Sky called her up, they called her up on a training camp contract. Those of you that know, you barely made the team on such a contract. But when she got her time, made it onto the bench, she started playing a little bit more minutes, started putting up points, and eventually in June, Coach Marsh put her in the starting lineup. And ever since, she hasn't looked back. That is why my second key takeaway, I said, when you get your opportunity, maximize it. Don't look back. That is how you get the last play in the game called for you. It is one of the most incredible stories, and I am just super happy for her. And it is just, I keep laughing about this because I've written about this story. I shared actually with a good friend of mine recently about this story. And I keep talking about Sydney Taylor is one of the best and most incredible stories in the WNBA this season. And I am just so happy to see a lot of people get to see her on the big stage now. Look, I'm not saying she's going to win Rookie of the Year. I think we all know Olivia Miles is going to win it. But if you've been following the WNBA, the Chicago Sky, they haven't been winning a lot of games. They've been in some close games and they've lost some tough games. The Aces that they beat today is a very, very good team. 29 points by Sydney Taylor. Now, one of the other favorite things about her story for me was she wrote in her journal, just stay the course. This is her when she won the MVP this past season in Poland. But she wrote that in her journal when she joined the Chicago Sky. Yes, there were veterans in the team. There were people who got drafted. There were people who've been there. But Sydney reminded herself to trust her preparation, trust her journey, and stay the course. And that course is what has led her to having so much success in the WNBA right now. I am just so incredibly inspired by this story. Again, it's such a full circle moment. I keep laughing about it because I took all of these pictures, screenshots that I was going to use to tell the story and give the context. And when I watched the game today, saw that game-winning shot. Even before that, man, she kept hitting threes and helped the team come back. When I walked past my mirror, I just kept laughing. What are the odds that I literally wrote these things down? And of course, now to see this, I'm just so happy that a lot of people get to see her story. Again, this is why I love sharing these stories, and I always say sports is more than just a game because there are so many life lessons. There's so many stories behind the scenes that we never get to know about. Sometimes those are the stories that we can also remind ourselves about, and it teaches us the resilience, the grit, and everything that it's taken for this incredible woman to be seeing success in the WNBA now. So before I close out the night, Sydney Taylor is no doubt my feature on why I always say sports is more than just a game. And the best part of it all for me tonight was when she walked into the locker room, her teammates sprayed her with water, celebrating and cheering on for her. I hope we don't forget, she was an undrafted rookie that found her way onto the bench. Now she's a starter, now hitting game-winning shots to help her team win, and hopefully she'll remind and encourage all of us that those moments when we can also win and hit game-winning shots will come for us in our lives, as long as we keep working hard, because hard work pays off. And when we get an opportunity, we need to maximize it. We need to not look back, take full advantage of it. That is exactly what Sydney Taylor did. As always, be human. Don't forget to be kind. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Again, congratulations to Sydney. Congrats to the Chicago Sky. We got a really, really good game tomorrow. For those of you that do not follow the WNBA, I highly encourage you to. We got a Lynx and the Indiana Fever tomorrow. So you all check it out. There's going to be a ton of great stories. And I will share that article that I read about Sydney for you all. Have a good night. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.